going to talk today about how I started my small business with $500, no loans, and no fancy equipment. So I didn't have any investors. I didn't have any loans. I didn't have any fancy equipment to get me started and get going. But we're going to dive deep in today about how that's working out for me as a small business owner with only $500 and a dream. If you're wondering if you can do this too, I'm telling you, you can. You can achieve this awesome. Hi, my name is Amber. I decided that I was going to quit my job and jump all straight in. I run the Sweet Serenity Co., and I'm absolutely loving every minute of it. Has it been stressful? Absolutely. Has it been late nights? Yep, and a whole lot of hustle. And it's only me that's running this business, and I'm absolutely loving every minute of it. I can say there has been times where I've broken down, I've been upset, I've been angry, I've been frustrated, and all the feels that you get when you're running a small business. But I can tell you right now, my fancy equipment that I have is my Cricut. That's about as fancy as I've gotten so far. I am so excited to share my tips and tricks with you guys and be able to go forward and let you guys know how it's working out for me and what I did to get my business going and how I achieved my dream. Having $500 only to get my business up and going and running, I was terrified, guys. I overthought it 100%, and I always have. I didn't think that it was going to come for me, but you know what? Those late nights are starting to pay off in all the things that I'm doing. So stay tuned and we'll go over everything right now. So let's start from the beginning and rewind. When I got my first sublimation printer for Christmas and my heat press, I was so excited, and I figured, I got this in the bag. I can do it. Guys, it's not that easy, but I can tell you that it's also not super hard. If you know what you're doing and you get a little bit of tips and tricks from somebody like me that's been through it all, then it kind of helps. So let me help you guys not make the same mistakes that I made and show you guys what I did as I was starting out. Okay. So one of the first things that I sell, like I said, was sublimation. Sublimation is going to be something that I do on my tumblers, my t-shirts, sweaters, mugs. I mean, you name it, you can sublimate it nowadays. Michael's has it, Hobby Lobby has it. You can find it all over the internet. It's been amazing. However, I did, yes, get my printer for Christmas, but I had to show my husband which printer I wanted. The printer itself is actually an actual regular printer, and you just get the sublimation ink and you put it in there. And it is the Incotank printers is what you're going to get, and then some sublimation paper. With that, starting a business for sublimation, go for it. You can totally get away with just those two things. You can also get yourself a tumbler press if you would like, so that you can do the cups and the tumblers and you can do the mugs and all the things, right? It's great. You can even do something small, like a small little Cricut press, or you can get yourself one of the bigger press. As I was going and I saved, I started to get a bigger press. You're asking in your head, okay, Amber, you said $500. Press is pretty expensive. Yes, it is. But here's what I did. I made a few things, and when I did, what happened was everything that I made from my business went directly back into my business, and that is the secret. You are going to have to take all of your things that you are making and place it back into your business. Since then, I have grown from doing just sublimation to UV, DTF, and DTF. I have not got a DTF printer. They're super expensive. However, I have found a supplier here that I can just send all my images that I use, like Canva, that I do. And I used the free version with Canva for a while. And then later on, I started to use the pro version of Canva. So just remember, we're going to take what we are making and put it back into the business. That's going to be your biggest secret for all of it. Okay. For me, I used things that I already had, and I used things that were here in town to begin with. And then I started to get things in bulk. You can't buy in bulk when you start sometimes because it's just too much, okay? $500 isn't going to go too far, but I did not want to take out a loan, and I didn't want to work with investors, and I just didn't have the option, to be honest, because some people with the loans, they want your credit score to be a certain way. They want you to be making a certain amount of money. Like, it just wasn't feasible for me to be able to get a loan. So $500 is what I had, and I quit my job and I went all in. I've expanded into making candles, wax melts, keychains, custom pins. Like I said, I was already making tumblers, so I added epoxy to it. Everything that I did was pretty simple and easy. I set up my Shopify and I had Etsy. So those are some things that kind of help me. One of the things that you're going to mainly want to do is really advertise yourself. You want to get your name out there and you want to get your website out there. One of the things that I started with was a free trial with Shopify. And Etsy used to be free to sign up. It no longer is, but with Etsy, you can always start there, but I wouldn't do both. I would do one or the other. So make sure when you're doing this that you're picking one and or the other, and whichever one's going to fit in your budget best. Consistency is key. You're going to want to just keep going. I stretched every dollar that I got and I made sure that I was sharing it out, and my friends and family started to share it out, because the best thing you can do is ask somebody, hey, if you can't purchase from me, that's okay, but could you please share out my website? Can you share out what I'm doing? So that you can get your name out there. Consistency when you are feeling down and making yourself accountable is going to be the number one thing, because if you don't get up in the morning and you don't start making the products and you don't start doing the job, you're never going to get anywhere. Even if you've got the money's going to be on the table. It's going to go nowhere. Your product's going to sit on the table and it's going to go nowhere. Do not get discouraged. I can tell you right now that I did this multiple times. So just keep this in mind, because next we're going to talk about mindset, and I'm going to tell you guys how I overcame the mindset of being a small business owner and not quite sure if I was going to make it, because there were times when this got super hard. I didn't think I was going to make it. So even with that $500 and getting and going and super excited in the beginning, it can get wearing on you. Your mindset is everything, and don't play the compare game. I compared myself to so many other businesses that look so much more professional and nicer and things like that. Guys, I am in my house in an extra room that I just happen to be able to have. That's not really an extra room, it's more like an extra corner. But you know what? It does the job and it's working. Work with what you got. Do not think that you cannot start your own business because you don't look professional enough, you don't have all the nice fancy equipment, and you don't have a huge loan to get you started. Just get started. Overcome all those obstacles in your mind and just start thinking into the future. Start putting it out there in positive vibes that you've got this. Everything's going to work out. It's okay. Because that's what you have to do to get yourself through. I can tell you right now, I watched many YouTube videos of other people that started where I started, and look at where they're at now. They're blossoming and they're doing amazing. Does this happen overnight? Absolutely, it does not happen overnight, but it does happen for anybody that is consistent and continues doing it and picks up all the business tips and tricks. On this channel, I want to be a voice for every small business owner out there and help you guys and show you guys just those small little tips and tricks for somebody that, can't go get a loan, or maybe get those investors, or get that big, huge, fancy machine that you're looking for. There's always a way around it, guys. Like for me, where I said I wanted my DTF printer, if you've ever looked those up, they're super expensive. I can't afford it, but that's okay. I did look into getting a printer to convert it, and I wasted money on that. Do not do this. No. I wasted money on it. It was a $900 waste of money. I saved for it for months out of my business. When I got it, if you are not using it every single day, it clogs. It's just disgusting. It doesn't work out. You have issues and you're wasting your product. So instead, I found somebody who was local, and I just send my designs over to her and I pay for her to print out my designs, and I go and pick them up. You can even find these people online. You can find them on Etsy, Google it, all the things. Okay. But please do not make the same mistakes I made by jumping into something thinking, okay, I can't do this without this machine, because you absolutely can. You can always find a way. And that is one of the things as a small business owner that I have found, is there's always a way. You just got to research it. Like with my candles, I don't have the fancy big melters, but I do have a melter that works. And it's actually one I got at Walmart. It's just one of those pesto ones that you would put hot oil in. It's brand new. I paid $30 and I melt my wax down into that. I use a ladle to pull it out and do my wax into my candle vessels. That way it works. It works for me right now. And as I grow, then I'll get more things, which I have done. So let's fast forward to now. Okay. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I started doing sublimation over 4 years ago, and my sublimation business is picked up and going amazingly. My UDTF business, I just started doing along with my candles, keychains, and things like that about a month and a half ago, and I'm selling out of my keychains. How am I doing this? I'm marketing myself on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Please don't overwhelm yourself. If you can only concentrate on one social media platform, then just do one social media platform. Do not overwhelm yourself by trying to get on too many. Now, here's a little tip is Instagram. You can connect it to your Facebook and have it post anything that you put on your Instagram onto your Facebook. So you're only posting one, but it's going on two social medias, which I absolutely love. I do have my TikTok shop for the Sweet Serenity Co. on TikTok. It's been amazing. I love it. I go live, and when I'm going live, I have people come on there and order custom pins, tumblers all the time. Those are things that I'm doing on there. And then I'm even selling the UVDT transfers to other business owners like me and you that may be doing little crafts and they want to buy them. So just know that it is absolutely possible to start a business and continue going and make a profit. Just make sure that when you're doing this, that no matter what you do, you take your money that you are making and you put it back into your business. If you feel like you're not making any money and you feel like you're not going anywhere, just start advertising yourself more. And you can do this for free. You guys can use Pinterest to connect it to your Etsy if you would like, or to your website. You can use the little link thing and you can make pretty little pictures on your iPhone. You don't need a fancy phone. Just get started. You don't need anything fancy. Just get started. So just start being consistent, posting every single day and putting it in people's faces. And I guarantee you, your name will get out there and your business will start to bloom. In my business, I'm still small and I'm still growing, but every month I'm still learning. And we are always going to be doing that. And it's always important that you are continuing learning and doing some kind of education for yourself, whether that's getting on YouTube or even if you would like to pay for a course, then you can. I don't pay for any courses. I only get on YouTube and on TikTok and find people like me who's already done this that is in a better spot than where I'm at, that I can take some tips and tricks from, and I can get those business coaching for free, because I don't feel like this kind of information or any kind of information, to be honest, should cost any money, because everybody's got to start somewhere. And we all know that when we're starting out, none of us have the money, and that we're all putting it into our product and we are putting our dream straight out there for everybody and hoping and praying that with our hard work, late nights, and consistency, it will pay off. But please, please, please do not compare yourself, like I said before, and please know that it takes time. Don't just give up, okay? And do not think that you need to just wait for the right time. Now's the right time. Today is your time. Today is your time to decide that this is going to be your day. This is going to be your it. Guys, I was terrified when I quit my job. You think that that was easy for me? Abso-freaking-lutely not. And there have been nights that I've just wanted to give up, but I can't give up. I can't give up. This is my only way of getting income now. I can't give up on myself. So I get creative. I get to where I know I need my business to be. You don't need thousands of dollars to start a business, and you don't need anybody else but yourself. You need your dream and you need consistency. So just get out there and start it. Drop a comment down below if you're starting your own business or you've already started. I would love to support you. I don't ever want anybody to feel like they don't have somewhere to go. So please make sure that if this information has been helpful to you, that you subscribe and like this video. Please know that if you go down into my comments and you say something, I will come back and I will do my best to support you. Marketing is going to be your biggest best friend. So make sure you're marketing yourself. My next video that I'm going to do is going to be all about some more tips and tricks and maybe even do's or don'ts. But for right now, I just wanted to come on here and let you guys know, as a small business owner who quit her job and started with $500, I turned my dream into reality, and now my business is flourishing. It is something that I'm loving, something that I'm enjoying, and it's nice to wake up every morning, get myself a cup of coffee, and start from point A and know that I'm my only boss. I'm my only obstacle too, guys. So keep that in mind as you guys are starting your business. I'm in your corner. You need to be in your corner, and you need to know that the only person standing in your way from starting your own business and getting your dream going is you. Like I said before, if any of this information has been helpful or anything else like that, please hit that subscribe button and like, and then comment below if you're a small business owner just like me. Have a great day.